All right, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I just got back from a quick rip around town on the 22 Lowrider ST. The engine is now all nice and warm. All of the engine oils are nice and warm. So I'm gonna pop open the garage and we are gonna get into a 3-hole oil change. All right, I'm gonna go quick and just describe everything I have. Before we get in there, the bike is just got back from a quick rip. So did about a half-hour ride and now we're here. Engine is warm, oil is warm. We have 5 quarts of Harley-Davidson motor oil. We have 2 quarts of primary fluid, 1 quart of transmission fluid, a new filter, and the different funnels that you'll need. So then the engine oil filter funnel, the derby cover gasket, the 3 O-rings for your drain plugs, all my collection of funnels here. This one's got graduated. I just picked that up at AutoZone for $7, so I got that to measure out for the primary. All right, let's get rolling. Oh yeah, and you need an oil pan. Boom. Okay. That's gonna go under there. So I'm gonna get this thing jacked up and then we'll go. All right, so I'm starting here on the exhaust side. You can see my oil pan is right down here. I'm gonna come right down by the rear tire and get that drain plug, which is right there. And I'm gonna take my 5/8 inch and get that out. There we go. Yeah, boom. Get that off there. It's gonna be a little hot, so just be careful. There we go. Yeah, boy. Right out it goes. Nice. Then put that over there on the cardboard. Put the drain plug on the cardboard for a second, let that come out. That's why I put down the cardboard, even though I make a mess everywhere I go. I'm dying. Look at that. All right, so then come up here. We can undo the dipstick. Right here. I'm gonna have to clean everything really well anyway, so then, look at that. Look at it go. So I'm gonna let that drain out right now. That is loosened up and open. And I'm gonna inspect this guy. See if we got any metal shavings on there. Looking pretty good actually, which is nice to see. A couple on the edge there. I can't really see it. There's a couple specks on the edge there. Not too bad. So that's pretty good. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do is just take a little metal wire brush to this guy, just clean out the grooves. As you can see, pretty good. Can't really focus on that. Okay. Oh my god, my knee is popping like crazy today, and I hate it. Alright, so then I'm gonna take this little hook. You can get these little sets at Home Depot. Just gonna hook in here. Grab that O-ring, pop it on up, stays on there, nice, cool. Fresh O-ring from Harley, goes right on over top, roll it down nicely, let it seat right there at the base. There you go, not bad. And then, last but not least, a little bit of the plumber's tape. Fresh set on that. Boom, boom. And then the plumber's tape or the dope tape. Get that on there. I like to pull it nice and tight so you expose those threads. And then just clean up. You don't want any of that loose stuff at the top, so You don't want to block your magnet, so just clean up the top there. Okay. Make sure that's nice. There you go. Nice little package there. There you go. And then I'm going to go ahead and just loosely reinstall this now so I don't forget. All right, so I got mine set at 20 right now. We're looking to go between 14 and 21. All right, we're gonna get the new filter started here. Crack open one of these Harley-Davidson bad boys. So what we're going to want to do here is we're going to fill this up about halfway, and then we're going to want to lubricate around the edge. All right, so that's about halfway there. Don't want to get it on my nice little mat. And then you see there, you got, whoa. Top right there. There you go. Get all that nice and good. All that love in there.
Look at my hands.
I will, dude.
See?
And then we can install.
Those chalky hands.
Oh, good. Okay. So once you're in here, we're just gonna feel that go hand tight. That's hand tight right there. Then we're just gonna get the tool. We're gonna get the wrench tool here. Once we get that on there, then we're gonna go 3/4 of a turn. So just hook that up and get that done.
Riding to the puff in the sky.
Okay, so we're there. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4 of a turn. There we are. All right, so for this next part, I got the bike up on the Venom rack. You can see there, it's simple. Just, you know, you roll back. Gotta get my hand out of there. The crossbar goes inside, right in there. You roll it back, and then you can pull out the bar, so you can work inside there. But now we're gonna go down inside. We're gonna get the transmission. It's gonna be right there. So again, the 5/8. Get your bucket back to catch, and we're gonna change out the transmission fluid. All right, so we're making our way around. The engine is fully drained of oil right now. The new filter is lubed, half full and on, and the drain plug is back in, torqued down to spec. Now we're gonna drain the transmission fluid, and then we're gonna refill the oil and the transmission fluid. Then we're gonna come and do the primary, and do that all in one go. All right, so let's get this ready to take off. Careful over there, bud. Got my little guy helping me out today. All right, so hey, buddy. So this is the transmission fluid now coming off. This is 1/4 right here. Go. All right, so it's 1/4, a little bit less, but then again, always check your the magnet on the top. I'm looking right now, just some small specks on there, so no big shavings. That's a good thing. You can see transmission fluid slowly draining. Checking this guy right here, checking the plug right here, and not too many shavings on it. Small little specks and flakes, but I'm at just almost 4,000 miles, so nothing major here, nothing crazy. I don't really hammer the bike too much. give it a little, have some fun with it. But just cleaning this off really good. And I'm gonna do the same to this. So I'm gonna clean this up, wire brush, dope tape, and redo the O-ring right now. Got my Harley O-rings here. Got my little rag. Got my hook. And let's see here, just gonna find that O-ring with the hook, just like so. And then you just kind of hook it on the O-ring. Oop, comes off on there. These are nasty. See all that gunk on there? You can't really, but they're nasty. Change them. All right. All right, we're back here doing the transmission. Got the plug here. Just cleaning off the drain plug. Going to do the same as with the oil plug. Clean this up. Not too many crazy flakes, metal shavings on this, so hoping that's fair to say that the health of the engine is pretty good. I'm coming up on 4,000 miles. Hopefully have 4,000 miles on the bike very soon, and then hopefully put a bunch on over spring and summer, because the weather has to get nicer. I swear it has to get nicer. Okay, so here we go. This is looking good. Ready to get refurbished, or not refurbished, ready to get refreshed and pop back on. So start with the O-ring. And I went to Harley-Davidson. The Harley-Davidson I go to is Maroney's Harley-Davidson in Newburgh. I went to them. I just said to the parts department, hey, this is my first time doing this on my own. What do you suggest? And they were awesome, because they just looked up my service records and they're like, here's what you've had in your bike before. Here's what we suggest putting in. Just stay with this. So I did. And then they just made sure I was hooked up with all the proper gaskets, everything that I needed. Really great service. No plug, no affiliation, just saying good stuff over there. Definitely enjoy working with those guys. So we're pretty good here. You can see there's a little bit sputtering out. Just gonna grab a rag real quick, clean that up around there a little bit. Don't want to push grime. I don't want to push grime in there, so I'm just gonna gently dab it, because I'm gonna wash the bike today, so don't want to go too crazy. Get that back in there. Oh, I gotta put dope tape. If you can hear that, I live next to an airport. A lot of helicopters, state police, helicopters, military stuff. So they're always flying around. Pull that. Yeah, it was a good one, right? My little guy likes it. He's a cool kid. Alright, just want to make sure I didn't come up these threads with that dope tape. So, okay. Here we go. Nice little package, new O-ring, some duct tape. Pop that on there. Get that seated and then get it cranked down. And let me check the manual. I think this is 1418 as well, but we're gonna check. So, you all right? Get it hand tight, and then check the manual for the torque spec. So, to get to the transmission dipstick, we need to take off the side cover here. Not too hard. We got a 5/32 Allen bit here. quickly pop that off. They're not crazy tight. Ooh. There we go. This. And then the side cover, once you get these two off, there's a like rubber grommet on the inside here. You just gotta gently push back. And had a nice little rock in there. Nice. Yeah. Then I put my 2 bolts in the dish. Place it gently on top of my toolbox. And now we have access here and the dipstick, which is right down in here. So this little piece of plastic comes out too. And then the transmission dipstick is right down here. So I'm gonna take it over there. All right, so here we are. I got my 3/8 bit. As you can see there, 3/8 bit. That's gonna go right into there. And then I'll put the wrench on. We'll open it up. So just, oh. Gently break that. It doesn't take much. Once you get it there, then you just kind of use your hands. You just gotta use the wrench to break it, and then break it open, and then that pops open like so, and then there's your dipstick. Booyah! All right, so I got my drain plugs back in and torqued down for both the engine oil and for the transmission. Now I'm going to refill the engine oil and the transmission fluid, the transmission oil right now. And yeah, so that'll be good to go. And then we'll go over and do all this on the primary side. All right, so going kind of slow. This is my first time doing this on this bike, but right now what I chose to do was to work on the engine oil and the transmission side of things, so to speak, and then I'm going to flip over and do the primary. So I have drained both the transmission and the engine oil. I have cleaned off the plugs, so the metal shavings on top of the metal shavings on the magnet. I cleaned that off. I replaced the O-rings, and I put new dope tape on both plugs, and those are back in underneath the bike right now. So then the rest of the action is going to happen on the other side. But right now, to wrap this side up, we're just going to refill the engine oil as well as the transmission oil. All right. Starting with the transmission fluid, I got the Harley-Davidson heavy synthetic gear oil, transmission, primary, chain case lubricant, 80W140 going in. Spec is 1 quart from the manual. Let's go nice and easy. When we're done with this, we get the engine oil in, we'll do the primary side, then we'll run the bike, and we're going to check all the levels again. Finish off, and then I'm gonna get the engine oil going. So quick thing about the engine oil, when you drain, if the manual calls for 5 quarts, when you drain out your engine, there's gonna be residual oil throughout. So what I've seen on the internet and what I'm planning on doing right now is doing about 4 quarts in, then maybe a half, 4.5, then I'm gonna check it make sure that looks good. When we get the primary side done, I'm gonna run the bike, ride the bike around a little bit, come back and check the oil, finish topping it off there, so I'll have like a half a quart to play with. But don't just dump in all 5 because you might end up overfilling, and then you end up getting blowback, and blowback means that you're gonna get engine oil coming out of your air filter, and that's no bueno. It's gonna get all over you. But yeah, just a little tip to think about. All right, cool. Quarts of Harley-Davidson motorcycle engine oil going in, SAE 20W50. Let's do it. Go. And the spec for tightening up the drain plug was between 14 and 21. We did 20. It was just easier to find on my torque wrench. So I'll let that go for a minute. It's glug-lugging on its way down. So I'm pretty pumped getting this done. This is my first time servicing the bike while doing the 3-hole engine oil on a Milwaukee 8 engine. So learned a lot, made a bunch of messes in my driveway, but I wanted to be real about that, so that way everyone could see, like, your first time, there's a lot to learn, and I definitely learned by making a mess. So I'm gonna do that, but then I'm also gonna run this over to the car wash and pressure wash it down, get all that engine oil off of the cases and everything like that, get all the road grime and everything, get this thing ready for spring. And then we're gonna check the air, before we go out for that ride, we're gonna check the air pressure on the tires, just do like a pretty good service. Really good videos out there to check out. So get yourself a Harley-Davidson service manual. They are expensive, but if you're gonna invest in an expensive bike, $100 for a service manual is nothing crazy, because this has all the torque specs. This is what mechanics and techs refer to when they're doing the services and the changes. So that's why this thing is good to go. And if you ever end up selling this, I'm sure the next owner would love to have a little something like this. I also use this as my reference Bible, so all my receipts, everything I've done to the bike, all right in here. So it goes with the bike. Pretty cool little thing to do, to have, but just something I'm working on right now. All right, so got 4 quarts back in, got the transmission fluid back in, transmission oil back in, and right now I am just going to wrap up this side. I'm going to put the dipstick back in on the oil. And we are going to do the final adjustments on this after we do the test ride. So, okay. Tighten back down the transmission side, the transmission filler cap right now. Let's go gentle. I don't want to. I feel like that's not aligned right. Because this thing is really just, it goes in hand tight at first, so just, if you don't feel like it's going in right, so go in there, just want to check, make sure nothing got in there, looks good, nothing on the dipstick, there we go, seat it. There we go. So it takes a minute, but just be patient, because now you'll see it goes down with a 1 finger. Don't try to force it. You will strip it. It's plastic, so be gentle with it. There you go. And then you can even back it back out with 1 finger. So it'll go from locked to out with 1 finger. And then just check that you're nice and full on there. And we are looking good. before. Just make sure it gets seated in there properly. There we go. And you'll feel it. And then there you go. Single finger, right on down. And then the torque spec, we will pull out of. All right, so for this one, for the dipstick and the filler plug, torque spec is 25 to 75 inch-pounds. So make sure you have an inch-pound. 25 to 75 inch-pounds, not foot-pounds, inch-pounds for the transmission, filler, and dipstick. I translated that to dad tight, which was a gentle dad tight, so it was like a baby dad tight. I don't know. There you go. So there's that side done. Right now, I'm just gonna put back on the plastic cover that goes right here. So you can see that, and then got my 2 bits. My 2 bolts, line that up, line up that little grommet. So you can see here, there's that metal stud right in there. And then that goes on this plastic grommet right there. Boom, boom. So when you get that on, that gets a little pop in. Then you put your bolts on. And tighten these guys down. There we go. And like we did before, 5/32. To tighten it all down. I'll get that on the wrench in a second. All right, cool. So not too tight on that, just want it, gentle, nice and tight. But that is wrapping up the transmission and the engine oil side. Now we're gonna flip it over to the primary side of things and then get ready to test ride. All right. My 5/8 inch socket. Second wrench, putting these guys together, and we are going to open up the primary, which is right down here. If you can see, I have my 117 derby cover right here. You come down, just go to the left a little bit, right here. All right, so I got my T25 bit here, hex bit. It's going on. We are going to undo these in a star pattern. Go very slow. Do not want to strip these because that would be bad. And it's Sunday, and the Harley dealership isn't open till Tuesday. We want to test ride, so there we go. Got everybody unsnugged. Just keep going around now. And a lot of this is, don't strip these, and then also when you put these back on, you just want to be mindful of the gasket that's on the inside of the derby cover. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take off these bottom 4, leave the top one, and then I'm going to hold my hand on the derby cover, take off that last one so I don't drop the derby cover into the oil that's draining right now. Now holding the derby cover up, taking out that 5th and top screw. Okay, screw goes off to the side, not in the oil. Derby cover slides down nicely. Booyah. There we go. And my O-ring is actually right here. Huh, interesting. All right. Yeah, all the other ones I saw on the internet, the O-ring went inside here. The gasket, the O-ring went inside there. This one goes inside here. Look at that. Primary paint. Interesting. Everything's so interesting. All right. Now, let's get back down to business. All right, so we're here. I'm going to take off, ow, prick myself with that. Take off that old O-ring. There we go. Gunky, gross. There we go. Get you off to the side there. Take my wire brush and just clean this off really quick. Top of the magnet area off. Ah. Got some gunk on there. All that old residue off. Pricked my finger, of course I did. So there we go, nice and clean. Let's get a new O-ring on there and some dope tape and freshen this guy up. So I got my O-ring. Got the O-ring on. Nice and gentle. Right over the top there. There we go. Bring it down. Boom. Seats nicely. There we go. A little bit of the plumber's tape. Get a nice start to that. Get off there. Alright. So, what I'm doing off camera right now, sorry about that, was just making sure that the plumber's tape goes on. It isn't all nasty and gunky. Because we don't want that. We want this to be nice and clean. Know what I mean? Money green. There we go. Make sure it's seated in the grooves nicely. So that this actually helps and not hinders. There we go. There we go, that's nice. Nice and clean. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go right here. Primary chain case drain plug, 14 to 21 foot-pounds. Let's do it. open. We got the derby cover off. So yeah, we got the derby cover off. That's laying down on the side here. Got this funnel for right here. It sits right there inside the window. Get in there real quick. There we go. There we go. And then there is a spec in the owner's manual, but it's a visual spec, which I think is kind of cool. It just shows you where the oil level needs to be. I think it's quart is about what it says. So we're gonna put in the first quart, and then we're gonna eyeball the rest to make sure it is good with the table or the visual in the owner's manual. So I'll flash that up now. All right, Formula Plus going in. All right, so a cool point of reference here is that you have your dry fill, which is about 40 ounces, and then your wet fill, which is what we're doing, is about 36 ounces or 1.06 liters. So what we have here is 1 quart or 32 fluid ounces. So one is 32, so we just need to splash the second one. Splash. Yes, that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna give it one last splash just for good measure. Boom. Yeah, that's looking good right now. Yeah, because I could see it. You guys can't see that well, but it's kind of dark in there. But let's see if we can remove this. There you go. Now you can see that the bottom of the gears, the bottom of the clutch is just dipping in that oil, so it'll splash up as it rotates around. All right. All right, second verse, same as the first. Let's get this thing on and popping. I'm gonna start with the top of the, oh wait. Dudes, I almost forgot. How would you let me forget that? Gotta change out this O-ring right here. So I'm taking my pick tool, getting after it, just gently grabbing it. I don't want to rip this old one just in case I need to reuse it. Pulling that out. There we go. Put that off to the side. Not in my Dun Dundee pit. Then Harley-Davidson, genuine. Rip this baggie open. Okay, let's get this freshie in there. Make sure there's no specialty to it. Boom, boom. And just get this guy up in that bish bash. There we go. There we go. So again, looking good. All right, derby cover going on. There we go. And just reverse the process here. So we're just gonna put that on there. Just get that on like so. Get that snug down, perfect. And then in a star pattern, so as not to stress out or pinch the O-ring that we just replaced. The wind is picking up, blowing my stuff everywhere. But yeah, so we'll just do this really quick. Boom, boom. And then I have to get the torque spec for this. But this is on the gentle side. No Loctite on these. No dope tape. Just be careful doing this so you don't strip. Okay, cool. bike off the stand and we'll get it warming up. We'll check the levels. Kickstand is down on that side, holding on to the bike here. This time taking it off the lift. That looks scary. Woohoo! That was real. Alright. Venom, center stand. Not too bad. I think I got it on Amazon. Did the 3-hole oil change on the 22 Lowrider ST. Went pretty well, made a little bit of a mess. Oh well, live and learn. But yeah, letting it warm up right now. Gonna take it on a test ride and then check the all the levels and just top it off.